All right, welcome to our week 8. And we're going to be talking about living a toxin-free lifestyle. But first, ladies, please share with me any wins you've had this week. Anything that's helpful for somebody else.
Oh, no.
With oils?
Yeah, it can be all kinds of things. Healthy living, healthy oil, whatever.
Well, I burned myself yesterday and I put lavender on it right away, and now I can't even find where it was.
That's a huge win. So immediately when you burned yourself, did you think lavender?
I did.
Awesome. And that's the key to what we do, is because we have to start shifting our mindset to what can I do, right? And you knew you had lavender and you knew that it was helpful with burns. I love that.
With the cold I had last week, I had read someplace to diffuse eucalyptus and fir, and I didn't have any fir, any of the fir oils, but I had the Holiday Peace, which has got all the fir in it, and so I mix those two together. That's a nice diffuse blend. The
And
eucalyptus with the fir.
Good. And was it helpful? Do you feel like it opened up your airway?
Yeah, it helped.
Awesome. Love it. I mean, you start to understand that there's a class of plants that have chemistry that can support your different body systems. So the firs are very good for the respiratory system. They're naturally anti-inflammatory, right? So you knew from paying attention and studying that and using your resources, hey, what can I do for my respiratory? You can use fir trees. Awesome. Anybody else?
Lori does the lavender. I always go to lavender when I burn, because I sometimes or frequently might burn myself. I move faster than I should, but this week I actually cut my finger. I was dicing things, and it bled pretty well. I mean, it was just bleeding all over the place. So I stopped the bleeding, and I went and got my Correct X, put that on, put a Band-Aid on, and as of today, it's all gone.
Awesome.
I use Correct X for a lot of things, and that's how I do it. I just, whatever damage I've done to my skin or wherever, I just put that and the Band-Aid on top. And
so tell us, what is Correct-X?
The ointment, and you want me, I don't know what even is that. I just call it the like magic ointment. It's got all the components that help the healing process of how I feel. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know exactly what I am there. But my husband uses it all the time, and I use it all the time. Not because I'm clumsy, but it just works.
Awesome. So Correct-X comes in a tube, similar to like a Neosporin, right? That's a name we're used to. And so we use Correct-X because it has helichrysum in it, and it's fantastic and antibacterial for the skin for healing quickly. She was just showing you the tube that was great. And I know a lot of people who use that on chapped lips. They use it on like cracked heels when you're in the summertime. They put on their cracked heels. So all things skin and all things healing is awesome. Hey, welcome, Laura. How fun to see you. Good to have you. And then somebody else joined us on an iPhone, but I don't have your name, but you are we're happy to have you as well. So tonight is our class number 8, and we just like to share in the beginning some of the things that essential oils have helped us with. And Lori's been telling us how lavender has really helped her with burns. one of the things that we've talked about in the past, and maybe you know this, but if you add honey, raw honey on top of that lavender of a burn,
Yeah.
it will heal even faster.
Oh, really?
The enzymes in the honey nourish the skin, and
Okay.
it would heal even faster. So when I seared, and I've told the story before, I seared my fingers on the bottom of a hot pan. I
Mhm.
knew I was going to lose my finger
Right.
pads, right? But with lavender and honey,
Instant.
well, it still took 30 minutes because it was a really bad burn, but I didn't lose any skin. It was a miracle. I thought for sure I was going to lose the skin off of my fingers, but because I got that on there, it was great. Oh, Debbie, yay. Great to have you. All right. Ladies, I don't want to take too much time away from our class, so thank you for coming. And if you want to stay around at the end, you are welcome to stay. We'll answer any questions you have because we just love to talk holistic
We just love
healing.
to talk.
Yep,
Period.
we love to talk. Okay, so tonight's topic is living a toxin-free lifestyle. And I have 3 different PowerPoints to share with you about some different products. But first, I want to just kind of ask you, what do you think of when we say toxin-free?
I would say that it does not have, it's not chemically based that with chemicals that are counteractive to your body. I mean, there's so many chemicals in products people don't pay attention to, and then they wonder why they get sick and blah, 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 blah. But I'm an advocate of not using detergent because most of the detergents are chemically based. So
Hey, that's one great example. So there is an organization called the EWG, the Environmental Working Group. If you would like to do more research on them, I encourage you to ewg.org, ewg.org. And they have done a huge favor for everybody, and they constantly are researching the chemicals that are being used on a regular basis in our environment. And they're the ones that come out and say, okay, now you need to stop using this kind of product because of this, 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 and this. And they explain to you what those chemicals are and what those chemicals are doing. So let me just give you an example of one that maybe you here in Arizona you've been using. How many of you have ever used a product called Miracle Grow?
nope.
Yeah.
Okay. So Miracle Grow
For plants.
is used a lot for gardening. They also have a another part called Roundup.
Yep.
That's for killing weeds.
And
And
people.
we have been told that it's very safe. They even have some that say organic on them. And they have been promoting these 2 products for a long time. Well, guess what happened a couple of years ago? They lost a lawsuit in California because the Roundup, they were able to correlate using the Roundup with the cancer and death of many people. And so you have to start questioning, okay, what is the truth here? And so for finding that kind of information, I appreciate this organization called EWG. They do other things I'm not real fond of, but you have to give and take, right? So we want to talk tonight about what those chemicals, over 14,000, EWG says that we come in contact every single day with about 14,000 different toxins in our environment. Can you think of so many different things that you might be exposed to? in just a single day?
Yep.
Think of your own personal routine. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you another story, and I was trying to find her video, but I couldn't find it. There's another story about this nurse who her daughter, and not every person is going to respond the same way, right? So it just depends on their own chemical makeup. But her third daughter was having some major health issues. And so she's taking her to the doctor, being a good nurse and taking, good mom, taking her to the doctor and getting this prescription and getting that prescription and helping. And she was just beside herself because her skin rashes, her sleeplessness, her mood changes, her digestion, all these things that were going on with this poor little girl were not getting better. Even though she had done everything she was taught as a nurse in the healthcare field to do. And she had been introduced to this holistic idea of using plants a few years before that, but she kept saying, oh, that's just poo-poo, right? That's just silly. That doesn't make any sense. From my education, that's not going to make a difference because that's what they tell them. Oh, diet, not that big a deal. We know differently. They're starting to make their change. However, it was at this stage where she was like, I'm desperate. I will try anything. All right, come back and teach me about plant medicine. And so as she started to use these essential oils to help with her daughter's symptoms, and it was getting some results, in the same time really listening to why plant-based medicine is the best option, and she started to correlate, OMG. I have been the one that has been killing my own child, and that's the words that she used, and not to condemn her, but she said, I have been the one putting toxins into my daughter's room and environment for these years that I didn't even know. And that's the sad part, that this mom loves her daughter beyond measure and didn't even know, because they're not telling you that the air fresheners that she's putting in her room in that plug-in is toxic, that the Clorox that she is washing her sheets in is toxic, that the shampoo that she was using on her was toxic. So she didn't even know. And that is a problem with so much of our environment and our communities, is that these families, they have no idea. I didn't know, right? I mean, as I was raising my kids, you just trust the people who are selling it, because we have a government who's supposed to be regulating those things, right? Who's supposed to be keeping us safe, but it's not always the case. And so we're learning more and more, and thank goodness for these types of organizations who are actually doing the physical research, such as the EWG, who's been around a long time. Now, I'm super grateful that we now have the doTERRA organization, who is doing a lot of the same things and research. They have invested millions of dollars in researching why and what plants actually can help remove the toxins from the body, which plants and products we can use to replace the toxic ones in our environment, and actually put us back on a true path of wellness. And it's not because we didn't want to. It wasn't because we were neglectful or that we were trying to hurt our families. It's because we didn't know. And so now you get an opportunity to learn more and to open your hearts and minds to learn more. So I'm going to start this first PowerPoint with you. And this one is simply about, let's see, let's start with cleaning products. Okay, I need to share my screen before I can do that. And how come it's not coming up? Okay, here we go.
Excuse me.
Can you guys see this? This little square right here, deep clean with doTERRA.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, great. So I'm not going to make it bigger because I want you to be able to see some of the recipes. So take notes or take screenshots when we get there of
Yeah.
things that you can replace these toxic things with. Okay. So, yes, I am excited to share with you the journey of using essential oils and to save you money. That's the cool thing too. Is grandma really did know best. There's only 5 things you really need for cleaning your house and environment. But why? Why should we get rid of that favorite smelling floor cleaner? Well, are your cleaning products really safe? There are many products that are loaded with toxic chemicals that can be harmful to your family, pets, and environment, like that nurse learned. These chemicals can give off fumes that may irritate the throat, eyes, lungs. They're actually a big contributor to headaches and migraines, fatigue. They irritate skin, like Clorox is terrible for skin. They pose a safety hazard to all parts of your body systems and affect body in many ways, including emotionally. So unfortunately, there are many ways to clean surfaces in your home without using these harsh chemicals. So we want to learn tonight how to clean with natural, non-toxic cleaners so that we can create a healthy environment. And if you want to know which chemicals to avoid, basically anything that has more than one ingredient, but go look at the ewg.org. They give you a lot of great resources. But tell me real quick, what kind of things did your grandmother used to clean with? Or maybe your great grandmother, depending on how young you are.
Vinegar, baking soda, lemon.
Awesome. Perfect, Dolly. Vinegar. It does so many things to break down oils and clean glass. Baking soda. Lemons. Good. Anybody else?
Borax, which I think is pretty clean.
Dr. Bronner soap or Castile soap
Yeah.
is good.
Awesome. Okay. So I want you to be thinking about what things that you've been using and what things that you could be using and saving you money. Okay. That you don't have to go out and buy a ton of cleaning products because you already have them in your home. You just need to know how to use them and make them smell good, right? Because that's why we use the other things, because we like the smell. So smell can come from plants in a healthy way if we have the right products. So let's look at a natural cleaner. Fortunately, there are many ways, welcome Addie, many ways to clean surfaces in our home without using harsh chemicals. And you guys already mentioned some of them. You can create your own natural cleaning products with everyday household ingredients. And you said baking soda, vinegar, just plain water, and essential oils. And every time you clean with essential oils, you'll experience the aromatic or the smell of that beautiful plant, of whichever one you use. In addition to all the physical and emotional properties that plant has. Remember how last time we talked about a plant has always multiple benefits? It doesn't just do one thing like pharmaceuticals do. You have a peppermint who can do over 5 different things with that one drop of peppermint. So whenever you're using an essential oil to clean with, think of all the benefits you're going to get from using that instead of a toxic smell.
There we go.
All right. The next thing that we can do, any questions about how to make a surface cleaner? This is just an all-natural surface cleaner that you can put in a spray bottle with vinegar, water, lemon essential oil. Now, do we put it in plastic bottles?
Nope. Glass.
You want to use glass bottles, okay? Because essential oils will break down plastic. That's what they're designed to do. Okay, you can use cinnamon, you can use lavender, whatever smell you like. You can just shake that bottle and spray it, and it will clean and it will diffuse. It's awesome. Okay, the next thing is doTERRA has made a concentrated surface cleaner. And this cleaner made from one of the most popular blends of oils that have cinnamon, clove,
On guard.
rosemary in it. Yeah, On Guard is the name of it. This concentrate cleaner, I've used it in laundry.
Yep.
I've used it for cleaning my dishes. I've used it for all kinds of things because it is healthy and safe and very effective. So it is a non-toxic all-purpose cleaner for anything. It's multi-purpose and can be used to go anywhere from kitchens to bathrooms to laundry to cars to even bodies if you need to. So this is a great concentrated. You just mix a little bit with water, put it in a spray bottle or in a sink, and it's been fantastic. So
It lasts forever.
and it can last a long time because it is concentrated and very affordable. So check that out if you're looking for an all-purpose already mixed together product. Oh, one of the things I like about it is really great on stains too. I use it on stains, yeah, in my laundry. Okay, so here's just a couple of smells that most people recognize, because how many cleaners out there on the market, and it's a huge market, that sell lemon, right?
Yeah.
Well, make your own lemon cleaner.
Mm.
And you just use, and you can use lime as well because they are purifying. They actually are really good for, and that's the reason they use it, even though there's a synthetic. That's the way they use it. Now, the other thing that about the lemon and lime that have limonene in them is that chemistry is designed to break down plastics, styrofoam, heavy metals, all the things that are getting into our bodies, on our bodies. How about those aluminums in the deodorants? Okay. All those things absorb into our
Okay, thank
system.
you.
And they create a toxic environment within our bodies. So if we can maybe just use a drop of lemon with some lotion, or lemon by itself, you could use that under your arms. Just get creative, because lemon and lime are wonderful at purifying smells and detoxifying plastics. Another thing, and I don't think it's in here, another thing I like to use these two for is I like to make my veggie wash.
No.
So whenever I bring my vegetables and fruits home from the store, I immediately fill up a bowl in my sink with water, a tablespoon of baking soda. Well, actually, I do the baking soda first. I do the baking soda, and then I add like 2 or 3 drops of lemon or lime. Or you can even use orange. And then I also add just like a teaspoon of white vinegar. And it starts to make that volcano effect, right? It makes all that bubbles that we learned in elementary school. And then I add water to it, and that is a fantastic veggie wash. And it will take care of those bugs and bacteria that everybody's been handling in the store. So write that down if that's helpful for you, and you can make your own veggie wash, okay?
Yeah. Good.
And wild orange. Who doesn't love wild orange? So don't forget that all the citruses are very cleansing, and wild orange is a beautiful smell. Now, what about fir? Does anybody love the smell of fir trees? This is coming up in the Christmas time.
Some of it.
It's one of my favorite smells. I grew up in the mountains. I absolutely love fir. And not only is fir fantastic for sprains and inflammatory, like arthritis and things like that, it's also really great for cleaning. What about the the company that makes Pine Sol, right?
Sol,
Very,
wow.
very popular cleaning product. Could you make your own in a healthier way?
Yes, for sure.
So just think of the smells that attract you to certain cleaning products and make your own using these basics of just the baking soda, vinegars, and you can get some very light scented vinegars. They don't have to be really strong. And then just smell it, you know, put the smell in that you like. How about eucalyptus? Eucalyptus is another very popular one. And if you combine it with lemon or peppermint, with the water and the vinegar in a spray bottle, it's great for opening the airways, right? What is eucalyptus most known for?
Koala bears.
I love it. Good, good. Okay, well, eucalyptus is a natural expectorant. Okay, so if you have a cough, cold, or flu, using eucalyptus in your shower, on your body, in a diffuser, in your spray bottles, is
Your
going to
bath.
naturally help get that muky stuff out. So cleaning with it is just going to make it even better because it smells good and it gives you that benefit. Tea tree or melaleuca is a natural antibacterial, very, very good to clean bacterial smells. So have you guys ever cooked something and holy moly, like broccoli and it stinks, or you burnt something that you can't get rid of, or eggs or something? It's because there's a bacteria in the air, these airborne pathogens from that experience, and tea tree will help cleanse them. But the number one cleaning tip that I love tea tree for, how many of you ever left laundry in the washing machine too long?
Sometimes, not normally, but
Okay.
once in a
Or
while.
maybe you didn't know you had to clean out the filter in your washing machine, and now every time you wash, your clothes just have that off smell.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I love my children to death, but I have this one son and daughter-in-law that every time they would show up, I'd hug them. I'd be like, ooh, oh, those clothes have that washing machine smell. So I took him to the side and I gave him a bottle and I said, you might want to add this to your washing machine and just try it out, see if it works for you. Because this particular group is not real open to things. And they did, and it went away. And so now they are completely sold on tea tree oil. And it opened the door to have other conversations, which was awesome. Okay. But I love that. And because those products or those plants are so good at killing odors, doTERRA made this blend called the Purify blend. How many of you have tried Purify?
I have.
And what's your
I
experience,
haven't
Dolly?
tried Purify.
I use it at night in the diffuser.
Okay.
I use it in the diffuser.
You use diffuse as well?
Yeah.
Anybody else use it in other ways?
I use it with a load of laundry, like with my whites and anything I want to purify in the laundry.
Okay, awesome. Anything else?
So you just put a few drops of the tea tree or the Purify in the laundry when you're washing, or how do you do that?
Yeah, right in your soap dispenser, or you can just pour it on your clothes if you want to. If you have a detergent that doesn't have a smell, if you're using that type of detergent, or if you're using doTERRA, even if you're using doTERRA detergent, you can still add 2 or 3 drops to that liquid detergent or dry detergent. And it's great. So there's 2 things now. Purify has citronella in it, so it's a natural bug repellent. It has the fir, it has the tea tree, it has the citrus, and it has cilantro. One of the stories that I've always remembered from years ago is a girl named Tanya. Some of you will know who she is.
Yes.
She forgot to unpack her groceries from the back of her car one summer day.
Ooh.
And she went back out there a few hours later, and the chicken she had purchased was reeking the whole car. It was her husband's nice car, and she was in trouble because she could not get that smell out. So she remembered Purify can purify the air as well. So she got Purify and put it on some cotton balls and stuck it in the car and closed the doors. And in that heat, within a couple of hours, the odor was all dead. It was all gone. She was so excited.
And she never told him, did she?
I'm not sure where she's at on that.
Probably not, or maybe.
So I want you to think though about, so we're talking about cleaning tonight, or this particular PowerPoint, but Purify is one of my absolute must-haves, and here's why. I first got introduced to Purify as a purification for the body, not just aromatically or for cleaning, but for the body, because it can purify thoughts, it can purify emotions, but it can also purify poisons. Now, I'm not claiming that you're going to be healed, okay? But I'm going to tell you my experiences with Purify have been amazing. So just shortly after I got my first bottle of Purify years ago, my young son got bit by a black widow, and we were out on vacation, and it was right here. And I could see the poison literally just traveling up his blood vein. It was mean, it was red, and he was in pain. And I thought, holy moly, I can't afford an emergency room visit right now. First of all, it's a long ways away. It's going to cost me lots of money. What can I do, right? So I'm still in the process of changing my understanding of what to do with plant medicine. And I remembered Purify, and I'm always traveling with my oil. So I grabbed Purify, just started rubbing it on there. Like every few minutes, I'd rub it again, just like, well, once is good, 100's going to be better, right? And I kept rubbing it on there. And then I eventually slowed down, after about 10 minutes of a mom panic. In 30 minutes, that bite was almost down to nothing. And we could go back to having a good time. I was so excited to do that. Since then, I've used it on scorpion bites. I've used it on mosquito bites. I've used it on all kinds of things. The latest time I used it, I actually got recently bit, and I think I told you guys this not too long ago, by a brown recluse on the back of my leg, behind my knee. And you can see the dot in the middle, and you can see the purpleness of how the skin will start to die, because it's a toxin that starts to kill the skin. And I immediately started rubbing Purify on it, right? Yes, it was painful, but it wasn't so bad that I couldn't live with it to have to go do anything other than put Purify on it. And within a week, it was all back to normal. How many people who get bit by a brown recluse can say that? They usually have a scar because of all the dead. So I'm a firm believer in using plant medicine and Purify. Do not go home, or do not leave home without Purify, Digest Zen, Lavender, and Breathe. Those are my absolute, and On Guard. I have these 5. I never leave home without them. So let's move on. So who doesn't love peppermint, right? Peppermint is so good at just invigorating everybody. So add that to your cleaning. Whatever smell speaks to you. Now, most of you know, if you've been using any kind of doTERRA's products, that this blend right here is one of the #1 blends of everybody's list. Okay, I mentioned it's one of my top 5. On Guard, because of the cinnamon smell, it smells absolutely fabulous. And the clove, those are antibacterial. The girl, there was a girl before doTERRA even started their research section of their business. There's a girl that was going to college and was studying plants and biochemical things. I'm not exactly sure what her degree is, but she became a doctor of research. And she said to the doTERRA owners, "You need to hire me." They're like, "We don't have any money." "I don't care. You need to hire me." And she was really adamant about working with doTERRA because she saw what they were trying to do. Well, one of her first experiences was with On Guard, and she took tea tree oils or these tea tree dishes, and she was trying to test what the On Guard could kill. So she was having all these little tea tree dishes of bacteria, and over here she was trying to test On Guard, and over here she was trying to test tea tree, and over here she was trying to test. But every day she came in, all of them were dead, and she could not figure out why the ones that she hadn't put anything in yet were also dead. What kept killing her bacteria, even though there was no essential oils in that pan? She finally realized that just because she was putting On Guard in this one over here, the aromatic compounds were actually killing all of the bacteria in the room.
Yeah.
And so she quickly came to help everybody understand, if you like the smell, that's fantastic, but you don't have to diffuse it on a regular basis like a candle to get the health benefits of it. You only have to diffuse it once a day, and those aromatic compounds will continue to work for like 12 hours of keeping the bacteria down. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So if you have cold,
So how long would you diffuse it?
So she just put like 4 or 5 drops in a diffuser. When the water's gone, it's done, right?
Okay.
It probably took, I don't know, 30 minutes to diffuse. Or I think in the tea tree dish, she just put like 1 drop and it was diffusing, but naturally diffusing.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, and so knowing that this was so powerful, they took this idea and started adding it to a variety of products. You saw one already. That's why it's the On Guard concentrate, because of that power that combination of essential oils have for cleaning and killing bacteria, and including viruses. So just think of some of the things that you might come in contact with, or people are bringing into the house, either airborne or topically. If you're diffusing at least just once a day the On Guard in your home, or just putting it in a bottle and shaking it, that glass bottle, and spraying it in your house around, you're going to have such great benefits. I have another customer who would take On Guard and put a drop in her facial lotion every morning and put it on her face, and she never got sick. People at work were always getting sick around her. She was a nurse's assistant. People around her were always getting sick, and she never got sick. And she said, "I know it's because I put On Guard in my facial lotion." So I can't say enough about this. I absolutely think it is amazing. So let's just skip on real quick through these last ones. We want to talk about a couple of other things. So there are other plants like lemon eucalyptus. That is not a blend of lemon and eucalyptus. Okay, some people think it's a blend. It's not. It's actually a plant, and it is lemon eucalyptus. And here is a way to clean your diffuser. So some people clean their diffuser with vinegar, but this is another way. It's recommended that you deep clean your diffusers once a month so that they'll last longer, right? And so if you want to take a screenshot of this might be helpful for you if anybody has a diffuser that hasn't been cleaned for a while.
I cleaned mine the other day.
So you're going to turn off your diffuser, fill the water reservoir halfway, add 10 drops of white vinegar. That's usually how we clean it. Then turn it on and let it run for 3 to 5 minutes, allowing that vinegar to go through the system. Drain it. Dip a cotton swab in the white vinegar. Wipe down the edges of the water reservoir. Use the water reservoir and clean it again. Wipe the reservoir dry. But then add the lemon eucalyptus. Completely submerge the quick change top in rubbing alcohol for 30 to 60 minutes if you have a nebulizer that you've been using. And then wipe clean with the dry cloth. But lemon eucalyptus will also break down and really draw the toxins, or not toxins, the buildup out of if your diffuser has like some plastic in it, and I've always wondered why some of this plastic is used, but if you have one that has some plastic in it, this will help reduce the load in there. Okay, here's some quick recipes you can take screenshots of if you would like. How to clean your washing machine, or how to use it. Online recipes have you mix baking soda with vinegar. The only problem with this baking soda and vinegar is that they can cancel each other out when you're trying to clean your clothes. So both ingredients used separately are powerful natural cleaners. For this reason, the deep cleaning of your washer is separated into 2 phases. Now, I don't always agree with that, because as I told you with my veggie thing, I feel like that it aerates it and it's a good way to use it. But they like to do it separately. They use dish soap, washing soda, vinegar, and tea tree oil. Remove the tray, fully submerge it, put washing soda in the drum, and then after the cycle finishes, pour your vinegar and essential oils into your liquid dispenser. Wipe out the seal on the drum, remove and clean the filter at the bottom of the machine, because most washers have one, but if you don't, you can check with your manufacturer. Okay, so take a screenshot of that. If you have never cleaned your washing machine, now might be a good time to try it. All right, next, don't forget cleaning your appliances. You can use your vinegar, your water, your lemon oil, just like we talked about, in a glass spray bottle. Hopefully you're not using a microwave too often, because it's terrible for your food.
Yeah.
That's another class. Cleaning your stovetop. If you get that baked on stuff, right? Just simply 1/4 cup of baking soda. Add it to some table salt, apple cider vinegar, water, and your purify. And then you can make a little paste, and you can scrub that off, or you can put on your glass doors. Leave it for 15 minutes, and then it should wipe right off. Try it and let me know how that works for you. One of the things that I like to use are the Castile soap and the baking soda salt combination. And together, for some reason, those seem to work a lot better for the glass doors and stuff, but it's a twist from other people who had used Dawn liquid and the bar soap, or the bar helper, or the soft scrub. You guys remember the soft scrub that they no longer can sell?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
What is that?
The Clorox soft scrub. They don't sell it anymore.
Oh, good.
All right, so natural air freshener gifts. If you want to do fun little gifts for your family, just take a jar, put the baking soda or salt, essential oils in it, make a cute little top on it, and give that away as fun little gifts. Put them around your house. Here's the soft scrub cleanser recipe. Baking soda, Castile soap, water, vinegar, and lemon oil. Everybody get a picture that they wanted? Moving on.
Garbage disposal.
If you want to make a garbage disposal, you can put in baking soda, salt, water, Castile soap. You can even form them into cute little balls and put them in a little jar like they did here, and set it out to remind yourself, or give it away as a gift. Fun little DIYs. You can You can even search these online. Go to doTERRA.com and just type in DIY, and they have a blog that just nothing but DIYs. Okay.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Glass cleaners. Obviously we can use vinegar. You can use distilled water. You can use citrus oils. One of my absolute favorite ways to clean glass, though, if you've never heard of them, are the Norwex rags. I just love those microfiber rags because you don't have to use
The
anything,
purple one. Yeah.
right? You just rinse them, wash, dry with one of them, and there's no streaks. And then I use my essential oils to make the bathroom smell good. I don't have to use it to clean glass, but that's just me. I'm all about saving money and making it as easy and fast as possible. All right, if you want to polish something, you can use olive oil, vinegar, essential oils. If you're the kind of person who likes to polish your woods, that's not me.
It's interesting, but no.
And as I mentioned, if you go to doTERRA.com, you can just find a ton of DIY recipes and ways to clean with, okay? So anybody have any other suggestions on the way they clean before we move into our next removing toxins from your environment topic, which is going to be skincare?
Can I tell you my secret?
Yeah.
Well, and people don't believe that this is true, but about 3 years ago, I went on, I had something triggered me. They had laundry magnets. Okay. So they're about this big around and this thick, and they attached to the inside of your washer, and they clean your clothes without any residue left on them or anything. So that's what I do. I've been doing it for 3 years. And
I have seen those. You like them, huh?
well, everybody goes, well, that can't be true. That they clean. I said, first of all, the first 3 weeks when you're using it, it's taking all the crap out of your clothes. And then after that, your clothes are just clean. And the thing about not using soap in there, the chemical soap and all that, is that stuff gets logged into your piping. And so when you smell something, that's because you're using soaps and it's getting clogged up. So mine hasn't gotten clogged up for like a year and a half. So that's my secret for laundry.
Now, what was that again?
It's called a laundry magnet. And I just got, I got their lifetime guarantee on them. I got it from Amazon. They're about $69. But that's it. I don't put anything in unless I put some like a lemon or something, but I don't have any other thing that goes into my laundry. My laundry comes out soft and knows. First of all, people say, well, it doesn't, you're not, but why do you want your clothes to smell? It's like, I don't know, but people say, oh, I don't, I want my clothes to, or the commercials, here, this will make your.
Well, that's why we use Downy or those
Right,
dryer sheets,
exactly.
right? Because they want to add that smell, and it is attractive because they don't want them to smell bad. They want them to smell good.
Right.
No
Right, but
smell is even better, right?
Right. So but people go, I don't think that would work. I says, well, I've been doing it since 2018 with my laundry magnets.
Cool.
So
speaking of that, one of my favorite things to use in laundry is the wool balls, those balls that are made out of wool. And then I just put my favorite smell and put it in the laundry, in the dryer.
Right. Yeah, I do that. So I have the wool balls and that's in my magnets, and that's my laundry.
Awesome. Saves you a ton of money.
It'd be a ton of money for sure.
Okay. ladies, how many of you would love to have really good, clean skin that look fresh and young and
No, we'll just stay old and
now, in our previous classes, we talked about how the gut actually determines what your skin looks like, right?
yeah.
How the liver contributes to that, how your digestive and all the foods that you are contributing to so many things, and skin is one of them.
Mhm.
But on top of that, we still want to be able to clean and help reduce some of those fine wrinkles that the sun contributes to. So we're going to just kind of go over, and the reason is we're going over it here is because we as females, I just want you to take a pause for just a second. You might be a simple female or you might be a complicated female, but on an average, females use over 14 different products on their skin every day. Can you name some of them?
I don't use much.
Cleanser, toner, lotion, eye
Foundation.
cream.
Makeup.
And all kinds of makeup. Yep, so good. So there are just a ton of things that our skin is touching every single day, right? And
Yeah.
our skin is absorbing all of that.
Yeah.
So just think of the things that you're touching and that skin is having to come in contact with. And then we're deliberately putting onto our faces. And the more we put onto our faces, these fine pores, the more clogged they become, especially if we feel like we need to wear a lot of makeup. And so what can we do to help reduce the toxic load that our skin is absorbing? So we're going to skip some of this part because most of you already know how to use essential oils aromatically, topically, internally. With doTERRA, we know that they're very safe to use them all 3 ways. And that's the cool thing about doTERRA's essential oils is you can use them aromatically, topically, internally. And then you know how to choose a really good, healthy essential oil because you need to know where it's coming from, what their testing process is. And doTERRA has absolutely made it their mission to pursue what is pure, because it's not pure plant and pure benefit, it is not going into their product. So that's their motto, is they're constantly pursuing what is the purest way to offer these products. Some of the things that people are used to using and might want to use are anti-aging for people. One of them is an anti-aging eye cream. And this has a combination of really powerful essential oil or plants, right? So frankincense, ylang ylang, blue tansy. If you research these essential oils, these plants just themselves, they are fantastic for the skin. And it's very safe to use in that delicate, soft area around the eyes that they're always telling us to be very careful when you're not stressing the skin, right? Especially if you want to keep that younger looking or young looking appearance and you want to avoid those dark circles and blotches. So one of the major things from this one is there's a meadowfoam seed, but I'm not going to go into the depths of all these. We're out of time, but these particular eye cream has been helpful for people. The anti-aging moisturizer, it is going to offer you the lavender, jasmine, geranium, and again, frankincense. These are plants that only the royalty used to use. You had to be a king, a queen, or a princess to be able to afford these beautiful plants. And geranium is kind of like rose, and rose was known for its beauty. So these are really great to have in your moisturizer. Peptides and botanicals target the visible signs of aging by improving skin toning and moisturizing the skin to keep them looking plump and healthy instead of dry and taut. Okay, because right now we're on high dry season here in Arizona. It's not the summertime, it's actually the winter time, right?
Mhm.
Lot of dryness.
They have something called the brightening gel. It can help brighten your skin, and this has a great technology to reduce some of those dark spots and hyperpigmentation that have come along with harsh chemicals. And I have this darker spot right here on the side of my face that I've been able to reduce with something called Yarrow Palm as well. So I use brightening gel, and then I use the product called Yarrow Palm, and that's also a product that's been very helpful. So these include ginger root, vitamin C, microencapsulation technology. Lots of research go into using these products. Now, these doTERRA has two facial products. One is called Virage, and Virage is actually the only skincare line that is completely natural. Most everybody else has to put a preservative, even though they say they're completely natural. Their completely natural products have to have a preservative in them, or else they won't stay fresh. But they don't tell you that. They don't have to tell you that. They can just tell you it's completely natural, but they have to have a preservative. But with doTERRA, because the essential oils are naturally preservants, they can actually claim that it's nothing but pure natural in their Virage line. Now, that's not the same with their essential skincare line, which is also very effective, but they use some of the, this was the first one they came out with until they were able to perfect their research and the Virage line of all natural. But this one, I actually like this one even a little bit better, because this one is actually targeted more for older skin. So there's a lot of young people who use the Virage line and do really well with it because it's all natural. But I'm a little bit older and I need a little bit more magic. And so this essential skincare system, I like it for my skin. And it's got some good cleansers. This is one of my absolute favorites because I got such dry skin here in Arizona. The hydrating cream, I buy this just in itself and add my Yarrow Palm, or I might add my On Guard to it and put it on at least once a day. Oh, and the other tip that is not in this PowerPoint is I now use doTERRA's, so excited, sun care lotion. So they finally came out with the sunscreen for your body and face, and so I use a tiny bit of sunscreen with my essential oils and On Guard and frankincense and put that on my face as well. That really helps so that I don't have big freckles that I normally get during the summertime. All right, washing your face, scrubbing your face with jasmine and gently exfoliating is obviously a good step. And if you were here in person having a class, I would love to have you experience these. We do a little spa day where you can experience all these things. And if you are interested in attending a class like that, you want to experience some of the skincare lines in person, go ahead and shoot a text to the person who invited you and just ask him, hey, when can we get that next class set up so we can experience those skincare. So I use this. This is my facelift. This is the Reveal system. And
I love the Reveal.
Oh, good. Why?
Because every time I use it, people look at me and they'll say things like, your face, you're just so glowing. I always get comments. I only use it like maybe twice a week, sometimes once a week. It just depends. I don't use it every day, but I love it.
I'm so glad to hear you say that because I love it too. And I've always been jealous of the people who have the time to go to an esthetician and get those micro, things done. And I'm just like, Wouldn't that be nice? But that's not in my budget when I have 7 kids, right? So this actually is your at-home facelift, and it's been
Yeah.
really, really helpful. Cool. Thanks, Dolly, for sharing that. Okay, so this is your essential skincare line. It has several different products. It has the toner, it has the eye cream, it has the hydrating cream, it has the brightening gel. One of the ones I like is the toning gel, and so I think it's tightening. Sorry, it's a tightening gel. But this is my go-to. So once again, doTERRA has a fabulous essential skincare line and a Virage skincare line. The difference is Virage is all natural, and it's usually good for young skin. The essential care line has a little bit more magic in it, and it's usually much more effective for an older skin, getting older skin, not old, getting older skin. All right, any questions or comments on that? Anybody love to do skincare?
I need to.
Okay, so since we are running over time, I'm going to go through this last one really fast. I have to tell you that I used to have a lot of problem with growing hair. Is because my hair would always get dry and split ends, and it would break off, and just felt like I could never grow my hair past my shoulders. And then I started 2 things that were really making a difference. Does anybody wish they had thicker, healthier looking hair?
Yes. Yes.
A lot of us, right? Especially during COVID, a lot of people were losing hair. But so 2 major things about hair growth. Number 1 is, what are you consuming? Is your body getting the nutrients it needs? And we've talked about that in other classes.
Mhm.
Number 2, what are you clogging your hair follicles with? Okay. Now, how many of you wash your hair every day? Okay.
Just about.
Yeah.
Okay. How often? So Sharon, you're washing it just about every day.
Mhm.
What is everybody else doing?
I probably wash my hair twice a week. If I go in the shower, I'll just rinse my hair without the shampoo, but I'll put a little bit of the conditioner, the doTERRA conditioner, and but I do not wash my hair more than twice, maybe 3 times a week. No more than that.
I'm the same. Same.
Yeah. Well, if you talk to professionals who really understand hair makeup, they tell you should never wash your hair more than once a week. And if you can make it 2 weeks, even better.
Yeah.
The reason being is that the oil in your hair is what helps it stay healthy.
Yeah.
Now, I understand and I totally get it. You don't want your hair to look oily. But you know what? I can go for 10 days and my hair won't look oily now. Why? Because I wash with doTERRA's shampoo and conditioner. They're Salon Select, not this one right here, but they're Salon Select, which is coming up, I hope. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's what I use.
My husband won't use anything else. My son won't use anything else. My daughter won't use anything else, because this is what has helped my hair grow thicker and longer. And I don't, even though I curl my hair with curling iron almost every day, I don't have split ends.
Is your hair growing faster?
And my hair grows faster. And I think my hair grows faster for 2 reasons. I take lifelong vitality on a regular basis, giving my skin and hair what it needs.
Right.
And number 2, I don't wash my hair more than once a week.
Or do you get it wet, if you're go in the shower?
Not always, no.
Okay.
But I do brush it out every night, right? So if you've been outside or getting sweaty or anything like that, you can
Yeah.
use a little bit, and there's a DIY. You can use a little bit of baking soda, put a little bit of essential oils in it to absorb it, and just comb it
Okay.
through your hair. Okay, if you need to refresh it, don't do a whole lot. But if you get to a point, it's called training your hair, you won't have to wash it. So pick a week where you can go 4 or 5 days without washing it. People aren't going to worry too much about it if you're nervous about it. Or just use that dry shampoo DIY from doTERRA and just kind of start with every other day, and then every 3 days, and then every 4 days, to the point where you can extend how long. Okay. Now, when you wash with doTERRA's Salon shampoo here, it is going to clean all of that gunk that has gotten stuck into those pores of your hair, your scalp. And that's going to be able to also help the oil glands be more effective. So it's not going to feel oily. My hair doesn't feel oily either. So I know some of you cringe when you hear, "Oh, I wash my never." I have a dear friend that's also named Holly, and she still washes her hair almost every day, even though she uses doTERRA. She goes, "I just can't get past the mental aspect of it. It just seems gross." And I'm like, "But Holly, your hair is always breaking. It's always short because you are overwashing it. You're doing a good thing using doTERRA, but you've overwashed it." So those are two really important things on how to train your hair. Brush your hair every night with a nice soft bristle. Wash your hair once a week, including all the way to the scalp. And just be really intentional about training your hair to be healthy. All right.
So what do you think of the new shampoo bar then?
It's not my favorite. I tried it. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
So I use it as an overall body bar.
Yeah.
See, now I like it.
Oh, good.
I really like it a lot. Yeah.
And that's great. And I love that there's options, right? I love that everybody's options. So what do you like about it?
I just think it makes my hair feel really nice and clean. And I like it because it doesn't take up a lot of space. And to me that's important too, because I live in such a tiny house. So I like that.
Cool.
Yeah, so I really like it a lot. But I'm gonna try the whole not washing my hair thing. I'll see how this works. I don't know.
Just go skip a day, right? And if you feel like it's too greasy, take a little baking soda and drop a lemon or something and just try and work it in. Recently, doTERRA, as Sharon mentioned, they came out with this new concept, this popular idea of shampoo bar, conditioner bar. So if you want to try those out, awesome. Some people love them, absolutely love them. They also have this new all natural. Remember the Virage all natural? It's same in the hair care. This is the all natural version of the hair care. Back up here, it has a little bit more magic in it. Okay, so depending on how pure you are, if you want a purist, this is going to be your all natural hair care product. And I like the way it smells. It definitely has a fresher smell. The other salon that has no smell is designed not to put a smell in your hair. But some people really like this because it has a smell to it and they really enjoy it. So try those out. See if it's something that you can use to get rid of all the parabens, all the waxes, all the phthalates that the industry has been putting into our products for so long. So ladies, I know that toxins are killing us. we are toxic. And
Yep.
the reason you know that we are is because our health is terrible, no matter, even though we spend trillions of dollars on it. There's got to be a reason, right? It's our environment. Our environment is killing us, and we need to be in control of what's in our environment the best that we can, not perfect, but the best that we can, by just researching and finding out, how can I create a more toxin-free environment or toxin-free lifestyle? That's our topic tonight. If you have more questions, please reach out to the person who brought you here. If you would like to reach out to me, you can text me at 602-603-0224, and I can connect you with the right people. But I'm going to stop my share and have you just ask me any questions that you would like, and thank you for being here.